This upcoming star basketball player has taken the NBA world by storm. He's a fresh face on the San Antonio Spurs, and he's unbelievably good. At just 20 years old, he's shattering records that legends like Tim Duncan and Shaq once set. And he looks even better in the NBA 2K24 video game. It's starting to look like the NBA's first created player was a success. But before we get into Victor Wembanyama's accomplishments, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It looks as if he's out there playing NBA 2K24 sometimes. Victor Wembanyama has been having a historic rookie season, which has led to him becoming one of the most popular players to use in NBA 2K24. Just last year, they revealed that Wembanyama achieved the highest rating for a rookie in the franchise since Zion Williamson back in 2019. With an impressive overall rating of 84, he's 3 points ahead of any other rookie in the game's history. And the fact that he's even 6 points higher than LeBron James was when he first graced the virtual court in NBA 2K4 is simply shocking. Many have come close, but it might not even be possible to create a player with stats like his. Standing at a towering 7 feet 4 inches with moves that will shock you, it's no wonder everyone's going crazy about him. This year's game is something special. You can now see and experience just how incredible he is, especially with that size advantage. Apart from being a literal cheat code, he appears to have completely run away with the Rookie of the Year award honors. As we're heading into the final stretch of the NBA regular season, the spotlight is on 3 rookies vying for the title of NBA Rookie of the Year: Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, and Brandon Miller. But let's be real here. When you glance at the odds, it's pretty clear that Wemby is the favorite. His odds are amazing. He started as the favorite with odds at -150, and even though he faced some competition along the way, he's been steadily climbing back to the top. And let's not forget about his insane performances on the court. Wembanyama made history earlier this season by being the first player to rack up 10 blocks and 5 assists in under 30 minutes of play. Plus, he's not stopping there. He's been pulling off some seriously impressive stats, like being the first rookie since Tim Duncan in 97-98 to notch 150 blocks, 150 assists, and 50 steals in a single season. Back on April 2nd, Wemby flirted with a quadruple-double against the Joker. Jokic's 42 points and 16 rebounds was enough to spoil Wemby's blockbuster night. He put up 23 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, dished out 8 assists, and swatted away 9 shots. If this were trivia and I had to guess who put up this stat line, I would think it was prime Hakeem Olajuwon. So, yeah, it's safe to say that Wemby's got this Rookie of the Year race in the bag. And that's not at all a far-fetched speculation once you realize what a monster season he's been having. Just recently, Wembanyama did something no other player has done before. He scored over 30 points, grabbed more than 15 rebounds, dished out over 5 assists, and blocked over 5 shots, all while shooting over 50% from the field. It's pretty crazy to see Victor pulling off these incredible numbers at only 20 years old. He's even beaten Shaq's record for being the youngest player to achieve this kind of stat line. It's like he's on a whole different level compared to everyone else in the league. He's leaving his mark on the NBA in every game he plays. It's very impressive, but that's certainly not where his achievements end, given that he's a strong contender for the Defensive Player of the Year award, too. As we get ready for the final stretch of the 2023-24 NBA season, all eyes are on Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert as they battle it out for the Defensive Player of the Year title. According to BetMGM, Gobert is the frontrunner with -900 odds, while Wembanyama is trailing behind at +700. Now, Gobert's got a solid case for the award. He's the backbone of the league's top defense and has bagged 3 DPOY awards before. He can prove to be a challenge on the defensive end. But let's not overlook Wembanyama. Sure, he's a rookie playing for a team with an average defense, but this award is all about individual performance. And when you dive into the stats, Wembanyama's impact shines bright. The guy's leading the league in blocks with that massive 8-foot wingspan of his. His 9-block performance in Denver has definitely boosted his odds, no doubt. And his average of 3 blocks and 1 steal per game? That's elite, especially for a rookie. Sure, Gobert is a more experienced paint protector, but Wembanyama's got this aura about him that makes opponents think twice before driving to the hoop. Honestly, if Wembanyama were in Gobert's position, he'd probably be the unanimous award winner. Despite his incredible start, he still may need some extra support from his team. If you've seen him tear it up on the basketball court, then you know he's insane. But here's the thing. His team, the San Antonio Spurs, isn't exactly killing it. But hey, with a talent like that, things are bound to turn around eventually, right? Still, the Spurs need to give Wemby some backup. A few ideas that can work well are, first up, Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. Now, this might not happen right away, but keep an eye on it. If the Atlanta Hawks decide to shake things up, either of their young stars could be up for grabs, and they'd both be a perfect fit alongside Wemby. Then there's Mikal Bridges. Sure, he might not be the perfect match, but having him on the team would beef up their defense big time. Plus, if the Brooklyn Nets decide to rebuild, he could be on the market. Lastly, maybe the Spurs should chill on trading for a big-name star and focus on drafting talent instead. Yeah, it's not as flashy, but with their draft picks and Wemby leading the charge, they could build something special. No matter what they decide, one thing's for sure. Wembanyama is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NBA. He may even go as far as to record the most blocks and rebounds in NBA history. You know, in the NBA, making history is usually a rare thing, right? Like maybe once a season if you're lucky. But then there's Victor, who seems to be rewriting the record books every time he steps on the court. In just his 60th NBA game, Wembanyama pulled off a stat line that only 2 other players in history have ever done. Joel Embiid and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were way older when they did it. And get this, it's not just a one-time thing. Let's take a small detour to Wembanyama's rookie season highlights. Back in March, he dropped 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 blocks against the Pacers. And before you think that's a fluke, remember that only legends like Abdul-Jabbar, Embiid, and David Robinson have done that before. Then there was that game against the Thunder where he racked up 7 assists, 5 3-pointers, and 5 blocks. Nobody's ever done that in the history of basketball. Oh, and don't forget about the night he posted 27 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 steals against the Lakers. Hakeem Olajuwon's the only other guy who's done that. He's also almost had back-to-back games with 5 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, something only a handful of players have ever pulled off in NBA history. I mean, seriously, Wembanyama's making history every time he grabs a basketball, and he hasn't even played an entire NBA season yet. It's like we're witnessing something unprecedented in the sport of basketball. So, where's this all going? Honestly, we have no clue, because Wembanyama's already surpassed every reasonable expectation set for him. He's changing what's possible in a basketball career, and we're all just along for the ride. So as far as the conversation goes on him having a record of the most blocks and rebounds, it doesn't seem impossible at all. Given all that we talked about, it sure does seem like the NBA's first created player was a full success. So what do you think? Does Victor have the potential to be the greatest of all time in this sport? Let us know in the comments below, and in the meantime, check out these 2 videos.